Welcome back to my channel, guys, and on today's tutorial we're going to talk about how you can master an Afro kind of song, just like the kind of Nigeria vibe and a heavy kind of vibe. So before we get into this work, guys, I want like you guys to subscribe to my channel, like and comment on this video. Even when you don't have anything to say, you can just drop any comment, and just to encourage me to be able to bring more of this, because I do more of this and with a perfect information for you guys to be able to help you become a good artist and a good producer every week. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to like, and also to reach out to me on the comment section also. So guys, before then, I want to talk about more about mastering before we go into mastering in details. So we have a song here that we want to master. So we have a mastering file here that we need to master, and everything I already mastered everything already, but I just want to show you guys on how I did this. But what are the ways I'm going to put you guys through for a better understanding is that I am going to be taking off all the plugins I use on this mastering session. I'll take all of them out one after the other, and I will add them on. So I want us to listen to this vocal in a very raw form first before we talk about so this is how the mix comes in. This is how it comes in mix. There's no mastering effect on this for now, it just comes in this way. So let's take a listen.
They pray make we no last, but I they pray make we just last, and I go give you plenty. Ooh, sweet, sweet loving. They call me broke ass boy, but I don't get plenty money. Then I go give
Purchase
you
your tracks today.
Ooh, sweet, sweet loving. Oh, bena, 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 bena. Give me love, them aside. Give me joy, give me love. Oh, bena, 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 bena. Give me love, them aside. Give me joy, them aside. Yeah, it's over. Although it's over. The money con everybody bend over. Give me love, make it.
Alright, so this is the way it was mixed, and this is the way I started the mixing and the mastering process from. So this is the level of the mixing, and now we are about to master it. So my last video, I'm going to be putting the thumbnail on the screen for you to see. My last video, I talked about mixing of this particular song, and on this today's tutorial, I'm also going to be talking about the mastering process of it now. So if you haven't watched the tutorial where I talk about the mixing process of this song, if you're in love with the mix, then you can go and watch it to derive some knowledge to be able to apply to your mix in the same form. So when I get my mastering form, I have to take it to where the vocal started, and the first thing that comes into my mind is adding an EQ, which is the first thing that comes into my mind during my mastering session. So first is my EQ. And why am I adding this EQ? I am adding this EQ to give some kind of headrooms to my vocals, one, and also to remove some unwanted frequency, and also to boost some good part of the song. So that is what I do with my EQ in this aspect. So sometimes you can just use different kind of EQ, but I just use this EQ to just achieve this. Maybe some other producers might use different kind of EQ to achieve this, but so that I won't confuse you guys, and so I just use one EQ to achieve this. So first things I have to do is to try to remove some headrooms, like remove some kind of sound. Like for instance, when we play this song and I silence this, now it is playing, but you can't listen to this with your physical ear. So right now I'm with my studio headset, but I can't hear anything, and even when I'm hearing it, it's just as little as something, so I can't really hear too much of it. So I have to silence that. Alright, so you can see there is no sound coming out of there. So the reason why I am doing that is because I wanted to create a headroom for my song, to create a headroom for the mastering, so that when I started adding plugins to it, it is not going to distort and it's not going to disturb. Like for instance, when I'm mastering, I am having the mindset of the little speaker, like small speaker, which are not good enough for music. Have them in mind so that they can also sound good, and even on the cheaper speakers. So that was the reason why I'm doing that. So next thing I have to do was to get a point here, which I have to right click and then go to my stereo placement and set to side. So when I set to side, I try to take off the side out. So let's play to a better understanding. So now the side, you can't really hear anything also on your headset, but when you take it, so you can see that was what I was trying to achieve. Like the side, I wanted to take off some kind of frequency that are very low, that are not actually present, and I'm just taking them so that it will give me the headroom to be able to add more stuff to it. So the same thing at the side here, I have to take down the frequency which is not that needed. So I don't really like that frequency, so I have to take it down at the side. So when I came to the mid range, which I have to set my stereo's placement into mid, I have to like boost this aspect, which I like. So I didn't do too much about that, I just do a little of it and just boost something little. So I came to the side aspect also here. I decided to boost some kind of presence into it because of the vocals. So I did this. So I did that, which is not actually that necessary, but you can just at least, okay, maybe take it down a little bit. So I just did that to just add some EQ. So like now I want us to take a look at the difference between this EQ and then without the EQ. So I'm going to be turning off the EQ.
That mean they pray make we no last, but I they pray make we just last, and I go give you plenty, ooh, sweet, sweet loving.
So that was without the EQ, and this is with the EQ.
That mean they pray make we no last, but I they pray make we just last, and I go.
So let me bypass.
That mean they pray make we no last.
Let me turn it on.
They pray make we just last.
So if your ears are very, very sensitive, you will discover that there is much different, and those little difference really, really matters. So what this difference is sounding in my ear is that there is more presence of the vocals inside the beat. Now it seems like the vocals is now inside the beat, and it's not that the vocal is like maybe doing different thing while the beat is doing different thing. They are now communicating with each other with just this little thing I did, and it sound more fuller. That is what I observe about this. So I don't want to explain too much because of time frame of the video, so I want us to keep everything very, very simple. But if you are interested in my class, you can as well message me on WhatsApp to get more knowledge about mixing and mastering, which I'm going to be explaining in full and explain much better. So the next plugin I'm going to be adding is the NLS bus. This is from Wave, and the reason why I like to use this is that there is some kind of present it brings into my mastering that I really like. So sometimes I like to choose the spark, choose the make, and the niveau is your choice. So depending on the kind of vocals I go for this one, I went for this spark, and it was good, and I really love it. So what I did here was just drive it a little bit to about 2.4, and let's listen to it and see.
That mean they pray make we no last, but I they pray make we just last, and I go give you plenty, ooh, sweet, sweet loving. That mean they call me broke ass boy, but I don't.
Alright, so let's take off the plugin and see.
That mean they pray make we no last.
Let me turn it on.
They pray make we just last, and I go give you plenty, ooh, sweet, sweet.
So as you can see, it was creating a very much difference here, and only what I did was just to drive it to about 2 dB, and that was the only thing I did concerning this mastering. So, and that was how it sound. So the next plugin I'm going to be talking about, this is the SSL compressor, and the reason why I like to use this compressor, I talked about it in my last video also, which is I use this to glue my vocals together. So let's listen to it without the NLS.
That mean they pray make we no last, but I they pray make we just last, and I go give you.
So with it.
That mean they pray make we no last, but I they pray make we just last, and I go give you plenty, ooh, sweet, sweet.
So as you can see, what I observe about this is that this brings some kind of gluing of our vocals and the beat together, in the sense that our vocal is not now separate, like it brings them together to glue them together and make them one. That is the reason why I like to use this NLS compressor for gluing of my vocals, and I love to use this in my mastering, and also love to use it in my backup vocals also. When I'm mixing backup vocals, they are very, very good. So what I did, sometimes I don't touch anything here, I leave it at default setting and I just go with it. And if you feel like you want to play with the makeup, the threshold and the attack, it is still going to be on your own benefit to play around it also. So the next thing I have to do is to add a PTEC EQ, PTEC EQ 1A. This is from the wave also, and the only thing I have to do here was to boost this range here, because there's some kind of cool sound I really love at this stand, and I have to boost this stage, and I have to set my frequency to 12 and I have to boost. So let me just give an example of what I'm trying to boost here.
They pray make we no last, but they pray make we just.
So when I take it all the way to 10, you can see the sound. That was what I was trying to add to our mastering, because mastering is all about you adding and taking away the unwanted frequency, not doing too much but doing little thing that can bring out clean and good sound that can fit into any kind of speakers. So that was what I did there. So I just add a little bit of 3, about 2.6 dB, not even up to 3, because this is a high frequency which can be very, very annoying sometimes and very harsh to the ear, so you have to do it with caution. So that was all I did with this, and it sounds this way.
They pray make we no last, but they pray make we just last, and I go give you plenty. Ooh, sweet, sweet loving. They call me broke ass boy, but I don't get plenty money. Then I go give
Purchase
you
your
plenty.
tracks today.
Ooh, sweet, sweet loving. Oh, Bena, 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 Bena. Give me love, them my side. Give me joy, give me love. Oh, Bena, 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 Bena. Give me.
Alright, so the next plugin I have to add was an EQ, because the reason why I have to add an EQ to this is an EQ from far filter EQ, and I added an EQ to it, which I removed. I cut down some kind of 1.2 dB at this range, at this 7000 Hz, and I have to cut this out. So there was a sound there that I don't really like and can be very, very annoying, so I have to use my EQ again to dog that out. So that was why I did that. So I think that I did a mastering video where somebody commented and was telling me that this is too much for mastering, this is not that, you don't have to add too much of this kind of vocals, this kind of plugins to mastering. Well, I'm not going to say it's wrong, and I'm not going to say what I'm doing is also wrong, but I want to tell him tell you also that mixing and mastering sometimes are something that you have to do with your own knowledge and what you perceive in your ears. It doesn't matter where you arrive. It doesn't matter how you do it. It doesn't matter how you do it, but where you arrive, the end result is what everybody wants to hear. So you have to study music yourself, study the plugin yourself, and know what is best that you are used to. So that is the reason why when I was like trying to get some kind of stuff to get a music production, get my mix standing out and other things, I have to try many things other people do, go to studio to try many things other people do, but sometimes it doesn't work for me. So I have to study, figure out ways that is best for my own self, and people love it and it's coming out great. So that is it. So don't let anybody discourage you and tell you need to use particular plugin, because sometimes an artist's voice and vocals are different, and the sound card and the microphone used in recording are also different, and also the mood and the voice of the artist are also different. So you have to tackle it in a different form. Every vocals and every mastering has a way you have to tackle it. So sometimes it can take you 3 days 4 days to get a better mix. So sometimes I try many mix and it fails, so I have to look for a way to be able to perfect a specific vocals. So that's not much long talk, so let's get to work. So the next plugin I have to add was this road vineyard. I think it's vineyard. Yeah, I don't know. So, but let's just talk about it, and I can't really know the reason why I use this. So, I was trying to like load up a plugin into my mastering, and then I mistakenly hit on this. So I was like, what did I just did? And when I just get this plugin, I was like, sure, this can really work for mastering. And unfortunately, when I use this, I discover something very, very cool, and that is the reason why I'm bringing it out for you guys to get an understanding about this. And this is should I say a saturation kind of stuff, but it really worked fine on this vocal, on this mastering. So I went for it and I tried it on this particular. So I want us to listen to it with it and without it, but first of all, let's listen to it without it. So you give me your test on what you perceive about this. So let's see. This is without.
Let me they pray make we no last, but I they pray make we just last, and I go give you plenty. Ooh, sweet loving. Let me they call me broke ass boy, but I don't get.
Now let's listen to it with it. So I'm turning on the plugin now.
Let me they pray make we no last, but I they pray make we just last, and I go give you plenty. Ooh, sweet loving. Let me they call me broke ass boy, but I don't get plenty money.
So as a stand, I didn't touch anything here, so I tried to play along with some of those stuff here, but I later tried to take it back to the default because I feel it sounded better at the default. So that was only what I added. So if you feel this is good, you can also try it out yourself. It's nice. Alright, so the next plugin I have to add was a vintage exciter. I needed to add this exciter to my mix because there is one kind of feelings this particular one gives to my mix that I really love. It is very it's like it makes it to be mastering. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it gives that feeling of mastering into the mix, and it really like makes the beat and the vocals to be able to communicate with each other. They are not just singing differently and beat is going differently. Just glue and bring them together. So I really love what this is doing. And what I did here was just to add about 3 dB of this at this range, and that was the only thing I did. So I want us to listen to without and with it. This is without.
Let me they pray make we no last, but I they pray make we just last, and I go give you plenty.
So this is with it.
Let me they pray make we no last, but I they pray make we just last, and I go give you plenty.
So I don't know if any of you notice this different. So if you have a very good sensitive ear, you are going to listen to the difference that this brings, and which you can give yourself that explanation as a producer. You can give yourself that good explanation when the time comes. So this is very nice. So what I touched here was to boost this to about 3.0 dB. That was the only thing I did there, and it sounded nice and it was good. So as of this stage, I wanted to do the last plugin I needed to add. Sometimes I like to add this vintage, and the reason why I like to add this is because this is a vitamin for wave, and what I like to do here is that I like to first of all work on my bassy part, like the low end, which I have to click on the X, which means silent, and I'm going to play. Now let me turn it on. Sorry. So when I hit on the silent, it's only going to be giving me the bassy part, the low end of this song. So let's take a listen. So now what I wanted to do is to add some kind of heaviness and some kind of strong bass to our vocal, because this is an Afro beat and it needed to be so heavy at the speaker. That is what gave it the groove. So what I'm doing here, because I have to consider the party aspect, like playing my song in the party or playing an artist song in a party, what are the groove that is going to bring, what are the bassiness of it. I consider this in my ears, and I have to like, okay, let me add this and let's do this. So you can just boost. First thing I have to do was to just drive this to stereo, because I like my bassness, I like it to be at stereo. I mean on mono, sorry. I like it to be at mono. I like my bass to be on mono, which is very right, and which is very good when you do that. So putting it this way is going on stereo, which might not be good, but you can try it out for yourself to see how it works for you. So let's see. Now I'm going to be boosting this. So guys, I want you guys to put on your headset, because this is where it comes, the magic and techniques comes in. Put on your headset and you are going to understand whatever I'm doing here. So now you see that I boosted this all the way up. You can hear this with your phone speaker or your laptop speaker, but let's take a look. So I take it all the way up, and which is not what we needed, so I needed something little. So I like to bring it down to around 18.1 here. I think I like it at this range. So it's bringing out great sound, so I really like it there.
That mean they pray make we no last, but I they pray make we just last. And I go give you plenty, ooh, sweet loving. That mean they call me.
Alright, so I came to this aspect also. I have to set this, this is around my mid-range, so I have to set this, I think this is the low mid-range. Yeah, this is a low mid-range. It's not up to the mid-range, but it's around the mid to low. So what I have to do there is also to silence this, set this, put it on a little bit of stereo, because I wanted this to be on a little bit of stereo, not too much. So now I'm going to Alright, so what I'm going to be doing here was that I just boosted a little of this. It was about 2.9. That was where I just boosted that, not too much of it, just little, because I don't need too much of that.
No last, but I they pray make we just last. And I go give you plenty, ooh, sweet loving.
So as an upcoming producer and somebody who want to have experience about mastering, we have other features here, which is the mid and the high mid and the high. So what are you going to do is that you're going to just turn on all this and then play along with it. Just play to see what's best for your mix, because for this mix only what I did was just to touch my my low and my low mid-range. That was only thing I needed to do in this, and it comes out great. But for you, you can also try this out to excite it and to add more stuff to your mix, because I have I think I have a good mix from my from the mixing level. So it comes to this place, it was good. So that was all I added there. So the next thing that we added at this stage was for me to be able to add a limiter to my mix, which I wanted to boost I wanted to boost, like added a limiter to it and boost the volume of my mix to be able to compete and be on a standard level. So that was what I wanted to do here. So let's see what I did here. So I have to first of all use a Yulin loudness first of all to tame my vocals, because I like the volume of my sound to go out in -9 dB. I like it at that range. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be bringing up our limiter. This is from Wave also, so we are going to be playing without the limiter to see the difference it's creating. So let's go.
That mean they pray make we no last, but I they pray make we just last. And I go give you plenty, ooh, sweet loving.
Now with the limiter,
that mean they pray make we no last, but I they pray make we just last. And I go give you plenty.
So now what I like to do here is that I like to do like play my sound.
That mean they pray make we no last, but I they,
and then bring it down to, and while at the same time I'm going to be watching my limiter Yulin loudness here to see where once it hits -9 dB I'm going to stop, and I'll feel that is the perfect kind of volume, mastering volume I want to leave the song out. So let's see.
That mean they pray make we no last, but I they pray make we just last. And I go give you plenty, ooh, sweet loving. That mean they call me broke ass boy, but I don't get plenty money. then I go give you
Purchase your tracks
plenty.
today.
Ooh, sweet, sweet loving. Oh, Bena, 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 Bena. Give me love, them my side. Give me joy, give me love. Oh, Bena, Bena.
Alright guys, so that's all about my mastering session, and that's all I do when I master my song. So guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and also drop your comment on this video. And don't forget to also reach out to me if you are confused. If I am too fast, you can also let me know at the comment section, and I promise I'm going to slow down and let you bring to your understanding in more you needed to know about this. So guys, thanks for watching, and thanks for sticking around.